What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dollar Podcast. I'm Art Morrison III.
I'm Kate McCready.
And today we are chatting about something we've been talking about for a couple of years, actually, because when we entered this game, we were trying to figure out a way to sort of revolutionize it, at least over time throughout our careers. And it was about real estate agents. So you're an agent, so I'm excited to have this discussion. The question that we had for today was, will real estate agents eventually be obsolete? So this question has been floating around since Zillow really emerged. I know Zillow's been around for a while, but in the last decade, let's just say, it's really emerged as a tool for the user. It services agents as well, right? It services everyone.
Yeah.
But it really mostly services the user to where they feel let me go back. As somebody selling your house, you always felt like an agent was pointless.
Yeah.
You feel like I could sell it myself. There's people to this day that feel that way. That's why they do for sale by owners. Now you have Zillow, which still empowers that person, that avatar, but now also has buyers feeling the same way. Oh, why am I gonna pay a premium price or commission if I could just, I found it on Zillow myself. She just showed me 2 houses,
Well, they don't pay the commission, but yeah.
I know they don't pay the commission, but they pay a premium price because the seller has to,
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what are your thoughts on it now? I have my thoughts, but what's your thoughts on agents' role in the future of real estate?
I don't know if they'll completely become obsolete, but they're definitely going to, at the very least, kind of be taken over, I think, by technology.
Explain taking over.
You can do so much.
Who's you? What do you mean you?
I don't know. Maybe.
You just said you can do so much. I'm saying, say who you're talking about. They don't know who you're talking about.
The buyer or the seller.
Yeah, so the buyer and seller can do so much with technology.
Yeah, on their own, like you said, with Zillow and other types of apps that are coming out.
Yeah, so you're saying that, so you're a real estate agent though. Yes. So if I'm a buyer and I do everything on Zillow, I found my perfect house, and someone else is a seller and they want to sell their house. Obviously, we buy houses off market, so we know it can get done without a realtor. But what value does the realtor provide to those 2 people, no matter how much work they do?
Just a level of expertise and taking over the transaction as far as I don't know, as a realtor, I try to be a one-stop shop. So finding them a lender or finding them home inspectors, finding them whatever they need and taking over that entire process so that they don't have to, really be involved. They just tell you what they want. You make sure the terms of the deal agree and, you do everything from there.
Yeah, so I agree with that part. You didn't answer the question though. Do you think realtors are gonna be obsolete eventually or not?
Possibly.
Man, you dance around these answers. Possibly, maybe is
no.
why the question is there.
I think. Well, yeah, because I was trying to go into it before, but then you graciously cut me off. But I think they could possibly be obsolete in the future. I don't know if they would be completely obsolete because everyone needs an expert in the area. But there's companies I think Open Door that have realtors who do for that work for a commission of 2%. They're essentially employees. So things like that I think are starting to kind of take over a little bit.
Yeah, I used to think realtors would eventually be obsolete because of technology, but now that I'm really immersed in the space, you got to think, if you're an investor like myself and you're buying a lot of properties, realtors are always valuable from what you said, from an administrative perspective. It's extremely valuable to have somebody who's working for you without you having to pay them a salary.
Right.
I could do 10 deals right now and have 10 different people working for me, finding an inspector in the area, finding insurance in the area, I can literally do real estate all across the country from here in Florida, all because if I'm purchasing on the market, I have that commission-based administrative assistant damn near that you're just not gonna get from Zillow or somewhere else. I have that. When we buy houses off market, it's all just me and you and the seller. So now we don't have that administrative we don't have that administrative assistance, or that we have that administrative lift on ourselves, right? So although you might be paying the commission, you might be paying top dollar on the market for that help, it's almost worth it because it's like you said in the beginning, the commission is actually paid by the seller, first of all. Where it hurts a buyer is that, okay, if the seller owns a house and they owe a $300,000 mortgage on it, they have to pay that $300,000. So they can't sell for $300,000 because the commission minus 5% doesn't net them $300,000.
Right.
So that's how the market can easily get inflated, because commission is essentially an additional $5,000 on top of really what the sellers need to net. So if you're a buyer on the market, it puts you in a position where you're the one really paying that premium. It's out of your pocket. You're buying the house. So although the seller, from the seller's proceeds, pays the agent, the buyer is actually the one paying, right? They're actually the ones doing the transaction.
Yep.
But the reason why I bring all of that up is because no matter how much technology affects the real estate game, and no matter how much or how little a real estate agent administratively helps, at the end of the day, if you are not full-time in an industry as big and as important as in real estate, you are exposed. So if you're a bad agent, yes, I think bad agents who are just popular people who got their license will become obsolete as early as 5 years. But I do think that the agents that actually have expertise will actually thrive in this technology market, because the technology is also helping to expose a lot of bozos and expose a lot of the experts. So as I watched you take on clients who may or may not know a lot about real estate, you think you know a lot, but if you don't buy real estate or sell real estate full time, you need an agent, because that is what they do. So you could think you know everything you think you know about real estate, you just don't know. I've been doing this thing for 4 years, we've been doing it for 4 years, and we're still learning something every deal. Because of that, someone who full-time has a fiduciary duty to its buyers and sellers, I think will always be relevant in this space. Not to mention when you consider what's the term I'm looking at? Like, someone has to control, so like as an agent, forget about all the intangibles we just talked about. Talk about the actual tangibles. What do you do physically? What's your duty if I'm a buyer and you represent me?
I bring you to homes.
You bring me there, and then what do you do?
I open the door.
You open the door, you let me in though, right? So like there's no amount of technology that can save us from weirdos, you know what I'm saying? Rapists, thieves. Like, people are already taking advantage of every industry on the planet if they're a bad person. You got hackers, you got all this different terrorists, right? You have all these different negative things that are reality in humanity. When you're talking about dealing with people's homes or dealing with people's property that's worth 6 figures, there do need to be gatekeepers. And I think the gatekeeper aspect is really what's going to, the gatekeeper part, the expertise part, and the administrative lift part, or just like that assistance, will always keep real estate agents relevant. And it's why they've been relevant for all of these years, like 100 years since the real estate game, since mortgages and things like that came into play. So that's really like, I had a long thought about this probably like 2 years ago. I was like, yeah, they're always gonna be relevant, because like, you can't just give the key. Like, when you get your license, you have the key to the whole city. You can't just give the key to everybody and have a free-for-all. Like, if you have this app, you can go see houses. Maybe you could. Maybe I have not enough faith in humanity. I don't know.
No, I think the angle that I was going at it was more so like companies like Zillow, Open Door, and other just like real estate companies like that, who are trying to do, who are trying to do like everything, like just be the entire, like they offer lending now, right? So like more so like them employing people rather than like, as real estate agents, we're contracted. So like we're kind of like on our own. As far as like the big companies trying to take over, like employing people and taking like lower commissions, and
I think the broker might become obsolete.
Right.
I don't think agents ever will,
Especially now, because like I just joined an online, quote unquote, online brokerage, and everything is like basically our office is like a Facebook workspace.
Because entrepreneurship is big, and when you're a real estate agent, you are an entrepreneur, you are 1099, you're self-employed, but there is a broker, there are people above you, there's a commission, and it's like, it really can feel really corporate America in the old school traditional way of doing real estate, which is why EXP, Real, other brokerages like that are flourishing, because like real estate is very similar to social media. This question is like asking, do you think social media will make in-person networking obsolete. It just won't.
Yeah.
It will enhance it. It'll weed out, like, I love social media because I don't have to meet with you in person to realize you're a bozo. Right? So yeah, it makes that part obsolete, but if you're legitimate, now it allows me to connect with you in a legitimate fashion because I already confirmed that you're legitimate because of social media and other online platforms. You know, like Facebook and Instagram will never make in-person business not real in the same way that online platforms will ever make an agent obsolete.
Yeah. Yeah.
So look, that's episode whatever number it is. I know it's a Monday, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode to kick it off. Make sure you tune in for the rest of the week of new episodes every day from the Daily Dollar Podcast, Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. And where can they find you on Instagram?
At hi, Kate McCready.
You always say hi, but it's like there's like 5 words.
H-I, like hello, like hi.
There's like H-I-A-I, there's H-I-G-H. There's like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the hi?
I mean, that just sounds crazy to me. Hi, like H-I-G-H.
You don't know the
hi,
listeners.
Kate
The
McCready.
listeners might think
That
different.
sounds insane, but.
Hi, Kate McCready. H-I.
C-A-I-T.
C-A-I-T. Then there's 20 different ways to spell Kate.
Kate with a C. In
So
an I.
C-A-Y-T-E.
Yeah.
Hi,
Whatever,
Kate McCready,
you'll find me.
At Art Morrison III. Yeah, I'm sure it's on the screen if you're watching. Make sure you visit UnitedHomeRelief.com and check out our website, see exactly what it is we do and how you can get involved. With that being said, catch you on the next episode. Peace.
Bye.